Okay, tier list for locking in. So you're sitting around, you're not locked in, you have things you need to be doing, you gotta be studying, you gotta be working in your business, you gotta be working, you gotta be finding clients, you gotta be doing this, doing that, but you just can't get yourself to do it. You've watched every procrastination video on YouTube and you don't know what to do. Okay, well, through my years of experimentation, I have tried every trick in the book, and today we are going to go over them. Okay, let's start off with David Goggins. Okay, so David Goggins, as in like motivational videos, motivational speeches, Sigma male edits on TikTok. I'm going to put them, I reckon they saturate really quickly. Like if you haven't like watched if you're not on TikTok, which you probably shouldn't be, and you haven't seen like any of these like videos, like the motivational Sigma winter arc edits, and then you just randomly come across one, these can like fire you the hell up. Like you just feel like your testosterone is just tripled. So at the start, honestly, like I reckon like A tier, but as time progresses, they lose their effectiveness, and I would probably choose more sustainable methods. But for the short term, if you just need to get your head into the game, another thing is these like they're not very. The effects of these things like aren't very long lasting. I think if you want it to be sustainable, you should be rewatching them often. But then again, if you're spending all your time watching motivational videos, well, that's kind of besides the point. All that motivation, but you're not actually using the motivation. So I'm gonna put them around B tier because they are helpful. Don't get me wrong, especially if you're younger, just starting out. They can really like put your head into the right space. They can really just like flick those switches that need to be flicked and that have gone all rusty and unused. Okay, next one we got music. S tier, A tier. What do you reckon? For me personally, I don't get how anybody does anything productive while listening to music that actually has lyrics in it, has words in it. Maybe like if you're doing some light work, like some manual, like just filling out like an order or just searching for stock footage for, I don't know, if you're editing a video or something, that could work. But if you're actually trying to think, if you're trying to like study and you're trying to use your like auditory rehearsal loop in your brain and you're trying to think of words, you need words to be working. Like you're scripting or you're trying to memorize words and you have this separate stream of auditory information coming in, this would like make it the opposite. This would be like F tier, probably lower than F tier. But if you're listening to music without words, especially if you listen to something like ambient music, I really love ambience. If you listen to like some shit like this, Quantum Focus, this specific one is like crazy good. But like just any like, I really like cyberpunk ambience, things like these. This is really good. Then there's like breakcore, jungle, ambient drum and bass. Those are like my go-to genres, depending on what task I'm doing. If I want to be a bit more hype and like if I'm like need to be like really energized, I'll probably listen to breakcore or some drum and bass. If I need to be like in a regulated, like serene sort of interoceptional kind of state, I'll listen to some like ambient music, maybe throw in some Minecraft, some C418. But that is honestly, Minecraft music's honestly overrated. That makes me like think too much about the good old times. So L-tyrosine for me is probably, I reckon, one of the more effective focus supplements that you can get. I've tried ginkgo, I've tried omega-3s, ashwagandha, lion's mane, like zinc, and all these random like focus nootropics, and most of them like don't really do shit. Like it's like taking a multivitamin. Like no one actually notices they're taking a multivitamin. If they're telling you that they notice, oh, my life really improved after I started taking a multivitamin. They're just lying. I mean, maybe, or do they just placeboing themselves into thinking? Maybe I think over the long term, you'll probably have like a 2% benefit to taking these things. But like, it's such a these things like mental performance are so dependent on a variety of factors. This is why I hate when people like attribute their success to like the most random things. Like my friend, he was like, "Dude, I tried like filtered tap water. We got filtered tap water, dude. I've been like feeling the benefits." No, you haven't. Who are you lying to, bro? Like you've had a slightly different type of water for 2 days. Like literally no statistical significance in any test. I guarantee that. I mean, placebo effect can be strong. Maybe we'll throw in placebo effect into the tier list because I feel like with most of these things, it is just placebo. But for me, L-tyrosine, I really like L-tyrosine. It's probably my favorites. It's super cheap. You can get a big bag of it. Personally, I don't really like pills. I like the powders. They taste absolutely disgusting, but they're a lot cheaper. I'm gonna put it at for its own, like in its own category, in like the supplement category. This is one of the better supplements, but just overall, it's definitely like a C tier. Like it'll help, but like it's not on the level of caffeine or like anything like this. It'll make you feel like a little bit of a mental buzz when you take it. I've even tried like I've had it like a lot before. I think I've had it probably like 5 grams before. I think the normal dose is like yeah. What does that say? Like yeah, like 500 milligrams, half gram. Yeah. So I've taken like horse loads of this stuff, and like it kind of like if you have it really like a lot in a short period, you do get like heart palpitations and like kind of a bit of a rush, kind of like caffeine, which is pretty interesting. And I think that like it does like acutely make me a bit more focused on the subject, like not like actually noticeably. But still it's like very, very small. It'll be like maybe like a 5 to 10% increase at most to my focusing. I've even tried snorting this. This is not medical advice. I do not recommend that. Yeah, probably C tier. Like it's fine, but you can get away without it. But if you are looking to splurge on something, this is probably one of my go-tos. Okay. Next. Caffeine. Let's just do this. Caffeine, easy, S tier. If you're not like the thing is, if you need to lock in and you're watching a video about locking in, you definitely know about caffeine. You've probably had 3 energy drinks before watching this video and like you're still on your ass. Caffeine's weird. Like something that people don't understand. It doesn't make you like switched on. It kind of to get the most out of caffeine, you need to be already in a switched on state. It's like an amplifier. Like I've taken caffeine when I'm tired, and it just makes me more tired. It like I feel like it like just amplifies your emotions, and like it's a stimulant, and stimulants aren't energy. It's like more stimulation, which it's kind of like it's a hard thing to understand unless you actually experience it. Being overstimulated and under energized is like a bottom three human experience of all time. Imagine you imagine you're in like it's like imagine you're in a busy shopping center for like 10 hours and then like you're just so drained and then all the hustle and bustle is just still going on in your head and it just feels so bad. Like you're getting heart palpitations and you're like buzzing, but like you're not energized, you're so lethargic. It's really weird. But caffeine, yeah, definitely cognitive enhancer, all the good stuff. Really can amplify you, put you in a good state. Don't have it 12 hours before bed or whatever, human type shit. Put it in the nighttime. Just have a ton in the morning and you'll be fine. Most people can handle a lot of caffeine, way more than they realize. Brandon Carter, King Keto, he recommends you to take like a gram of caffeine per day or something, which is like crazy. That's like not the numbers I do, but in high stress periods, I see my caffeine intake increasing a lot. Just be careful. Yeah, your tolerance can go up really high on this. Coffee's all right. I prefer energy drinks. just because it's like, I don't know, more like stimulating. And I feel like you can crash on coffee harder because energy drinks, they have like guarana and tyrosine and stuff to help ease off the curve. But on especially caffeine pills are the worst. Oh my god, they're extremely cheap and they work, which is great, but like it goes like boom and then you crash so hard on caffeine pills. Okay. Next one. Naps. Naps are good. Like, if you take a nap, like if you took a nap right now and you woke up, like you probably feel better than how you feel right now. Like I can almost guarantee that. But the thing is, when you're in like a lazy and like I don't know, or like when you're like in a lazy but anxious mood, you know, like when you've been procrastinating, a nap is kind of like the last thing you want to take. Like you never really want to nap. Like you feel like, oh, let me just watch one more video and I'll get to work, I'll do it, and then you end up scrolling for 3 more hours, and then you could, if you just napped in that time, you would have like actually done the work. So if you can actually get yourself to do a nap, then like they're good. But most of the time, like I see myself like I plan to take a nap and I just skip it because I'm like, oh, why would I nap? It's a waste of time. But it's not. Naps are great. They help you reset your focus, get you in the zone. If you can actually do one, it takes a little bit of discipline to actually take a nap and not just like lie in bed scrolling your phone, which are two different things, believe it or not. Cardio. So my thoughts with this, if I'm feeling really sluggish and tired and I just can't be bothered, like I used to like go out for a run, like a lap around the block, like a kilometer, and I'd come back and like the elevated heart rate and stuff, because increased blood flow is like better for the brain. It enhances your, like, think about it, if there's no blood like moving around, like your brain has nothing to like use, you know, you don't have any energy. But if you actually like force yourself to do a bit of cardio, get that blood pumping, increase the circulation, that can really help out your brain power. So, but the thing is, they can make you like tired and sweaty, and like it takes time, and it kind of sucks. But it's a really good refresher. So for locking in purposes, definitely like I would definitely say ATL, like a good cardio workout. If you can like do it so you're not like tired and groggy afterwards, there's like a fine line where you feel like refreshed and you're like buzzing, especially if you get that runner's high. It can be really good. Gym. You know, back when I was at school, I'd noticed like I started going to the gym before school, and I like consistently noticed like I would 100% do better in school and feel a lot better in school if I went to the gym beforehand and I wasn't like sleepy and just groggy. You know, you get out of bed and eat some food, go into the car, get to school. But if I like banged out a workout first thing in the morning, but I feel like when you do hit a workout and like I train pretty hard and I come home and I'm pretty fried. Like if I even have a drop of relaxation after the gym, like I just stick. It's like if I sit down, like I'm stuck. I can't move until I've like fully rested. So the gym is good. I think the long-term benefits of working out is probably better, more beneficial for like being locked in. So, but acutely, I don't think it's that good of a benefit. But if I do have like something difficult in the evening that I need to do, I will bust out a workout in the morning, because that means I would have had time to recover and re-energize, and you feel the benefits and the confidence that comes along with it. So I'll definitely put it below cardio, but I'll put it in B tier. Eating. Like long term, eating definitely impacts your ability to focus and lock in. It would be like it'd probably be S tier actually. If you're eating like shit every day, if you're eating like porridge and I don't know, scones and whatever fuck cereal, I don't know, then your brain will be completely fried. But acutely, Like I eat and I just don't want to do anything. Like I don't want to think. Like your body's digesting. Like you do not need a snack when you're looking. If you've heard of the concept of dopamine loading and all of that, this can like really throw it off. It can make studying a lot harder. Like I definitely notice if I have a big meal, I cut off my eating. I start eating at around 11, so I wake up around 6 and I have my first meal at 11. Because if I eat first thing in the morning, I definitely notice like I'm more prone to just like doing bad habits and just slacking off. So I would definitely put it, if you're having like little snacks, I guess it's not as bad. But then if you're having little snacks, yeah, dopamine loading, like you have that short little burst of pleasure, and then the work just seems bad, and you just want more pleasure, and then you just get fat and stuff. So being FTR. Do not have study snacks. That's dumb. If you're gonna eat, then eat. Except like don't Semax, Salang, peptide, brain peptides. I've heard good things. I actually have not tried them out myself. I don't know, maybe I'll go to like a third world country and buy some for cheap. They're pretty expensive, but I have heard good things about them. Definitely more effective from what I've heard than like supplements, and maybe probably as good as like caffeine, I reckon, over the long term. Definitely probably not as good as like what we're going to get to, Adderall, Vyvanse, all the actual medication. So I'm going to put this on like B tier, probably above the supplements, but hard to get your hands on. And this isn't medical advice. It is kind of not legal in a lot of places, and they are kind of like, you don't really know what's happening. No one knows. They're research chemicals, so who knows? Maybe long term you grow out a third arm, who knows. Pills, medications that you have obtained completely legally for your medical condition. I'm talking Adderall, I'm talking Dexies, I'm talking anything that you would think that a Wall Street banker or crypto trader would take. And for their ADHD, this is what we'll count it as. Definitely really easy to form an addiction and become dependent on it. Like most of these things are like, you'll read the actual name, it'll be like dimethyl, like methamphetamine, whatever the fuck, like bro, like it's literally like low-key meth. Like you're literally taking meth to lock in, bro. Like, come on. I don't know if the long-term risks outweigh it. Obviously, if you have a medical condition, it's probably more justifiable. But it's definitely stronger than caffeine and all these other things. So I don't really want to put it into S tier because we on this channel do not condone any of these activities. So I'll put it into A tier. Okay, affirmations, like you're in the morning, you need to lock in, you need to psych yourself up. I'm the best. I am high testosterone. I am productive. This shit is so gay if you think about it. You'll never catch me like in public talking to anyone, telling them, oh yeah, I was just like did some affirmations before this, I feel like they can be helpful, placebo effect and all that. No one has to know that you do this because it is very cringe, I will admit, but they can be helpful. But it's literally just like a psychological inner like fake thing. This is all in your brain. Like you're not doing anything to lock in. Like you're kind of just, I don't know, rewiring your brain to like do it for you. Which if you're just cooked, if your entire brain's cooked, like this isn't doing anything. Like, can we be so for real? I don't get how people like all the spiritual teachers and stuff, like, transform yourself. Like, no, you're not transforming anything with the power of your belief. That's just stupid. Definitely, but they do have their value, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Cold showers. I think this is an S tier, no? If you're feeling pretty messed up, it's pretty dumb, go and take a cold shower right now. Tell me how you feel afterwards. Like, I think Huberman said that you don't even need to do a cold shower for long. Literally, the first few seconds, so you get that jolt, that shiver, that is the triggering of like your nervous system. It releases all the noradrenaline, epinephrine, all those all those hormones. You've heard good things about this. I don't own an ice bath for a cold plunge. I'd like to try it. I've been in a couple before and it's pretty hectic. You can get desensitized to these. They don't really do anything. I just introduced these cold showers probably a few months ago now, and I can just get into a cold shower, no problem, and it's fine. Like it still does a little bit for me, but not as much as I think. Once the discipline for it runs out, then like if it's not a point of discipline for you anymore, like if you can just do it easily, then I feel like that's a lot of the benefits gone. But the brain chemicals and the sudden shift, especially if you do it first thing when you wake up, really just snaps you like into like a go type of energy, which is good. Honestly, on the short term, definitely an S tier. So I'm gonna just leave them here for now. Visualizations, I don't know, mood boards, vision boards, all of this type of stuff, similar to affirmations. What for me, like the only kind of effective tactic out of these type of things is imagining how I will feel after I do the task. Like if I just imagine myself like future me and how like grateful I'll feel for my previous self for actually doing it, I'll motivate me a lot more than literally just like, I don't know, imagining myself doing the task and imagining myself as a person capable of doing it. I don't know. I think that's cringe. I think you need to think in more practical terms. But this one I'll put into C tier along with affirmations. Okay, last one. Gum. Just chewing gum. Chewing gum actually like works. Like people, like, it's pretty underrated. Like I don't know what it is, just the constant stimulation kind of refreshes your brain. Chewing gum's definitely like an A tier. Probably like a B tier. It's just like a good tool to have in your disposal. It won't do anything by itself, but it's like a good tool system. Nicotine gum. We'll throw this under this as well because I think this is nicotine gum. Obviously, be very careful with this. Addiction forming, tolerance. You can go crazy. You can really get crazy with this. I know people who do ridiculous amounts of it. Does help, but at a certain point, it's like you're just doing it to feel normal and not like super physiological. You're just doing it to get to your baseline. Like it's like nothing's helping. Just be really careful with this. In the short term, this can be helpful, but it's not something that you want to rely on for the long term. I feel like for the actual just locking in, like for the mental part, honestly, I reckon nicotine would be over caffeine, but just because of the downsides, I'm gonna have to put this into C tier. Like the risks are pretty crazy. That's the tier list. Hope you enjoyed. If I had to pick an overall best, it's gotta be music, right? Once you like go outside your normal Spotify, sort of like your rap music that you play in the car, once you like really start to dig into the depths, you can find some really good gold mines in locking in. Like you can get different types of music. So I'll put music at the top. Hope you enjoy this.